there's going to be a planning board meeting. In that planning board meeting, is there going to be documents that talks about traffic impact to the community that we're on the boundary? What's the impact on the homes on Wetmore Avenue, on that top where it comes up, on the back where you go to Springbrook? What is the impact on regional traffic? It's a state road. Or do you have all your approvals from DOT? Have they been in the mix? I haven't seen any documentation. And since you put it on the record of the meeting in July of 2016, I don't know if you're trying to say there was a plan presented at that meeting. I'm not quite sure. That was a meeting strictly on whether that area met a need of redevelopment. So I don't think there was any questions from the public, at least from the record I've looked at. So I'm not sure what the public knew as a plan that was going to be developed for this area. So we, as our neighboring community, have some concerns on the impact, obviously, into Morristown, the impact of 202. Everybody knows it's a busy road in the morning and rush hour. What that impact would be, and clearly what the impact would be on the side, which is Morristown. So that's where we're kind of at. So we're kind of looking forward to having a dialogue. We can discuss it, but you know, I guess the meeting is Monday, right? This coming Monday at the planning board. So at that meeting, the planning board will take a vote to approve this project. Is that correct? Could they take a vote to approve this project?
So the Township Committee is referring the redevelopment plan to the Planning Board. The Planning Board will be considering that at the meeting on the 7th. And you know, it's my understanding that there's not going to be a public hearing at the Planning Board. It's really a master plan consistency hearing. That's what's scheduled for Monday the 7th.
So I'm confused. So when would the adoption of this plan take place? The 16th of May?
Yes.
So do you plan on doing a traffic study?
All that would occur. I mean, this essentially is looking at something needs to happen on the property, what type of density can occur on the property, and then as part of the site plan process, we would get plans. They need to get approvals from DOT for any type of access to the roadway. Traffic reports would be submitted at that point. That's all part of the planning board site planning process.
Okay, so I'm just trying to, I mean, we have a process, the planning board process, just like you guys have. But don't you usually have the public process of input prior to moving this to 16? I mean, it doesn't seem like, it seems like it's, look, I understand the whole co-issue and the plan that needs to be submitted, because everybody has an obligation to build affordable. And I'm not sure if this is being rushed by a certain time frame because you got to check a box before some court date in June. Is there a court date in June? June 15th. So I'm not quite sure what the impact. I really need to be clear what the impact is going to be on Morristown and the roadway. It's a 2-lane road, and it's your property. Like I said before, the original concept was about 280 units, where the last that we heard. We had given some feedback that we thought it was a low-dense area that could do a townhouse development, and we understand you have obligations. We're here to work with you, not work against you, but at the same time, our public has the right to know what the impact is going to be on the Morristown community. So I guess the next step would be, I'll talk to our planner and our council and let our residents know that the planning board, the meetings will start. But I'm confused, why there's no public session at the next planning board meeting?
The public session is going to be with the Township Committee.
The ordinance has to come back for public hearing, as you know.
Right.
I would suggest respectfully that Mr. Hickerson reach out to Mr. Phillips, see if you can get the necessary information so that your folks can evaluate the project there.
Susan Wolf.
Oh, I'm sorry, Susan Wolf, that's right, sorry, we have a comment. Excuse me, thank you.
Okay, anything else? All right, I think there's just a lot of open-ended questions that I think need to be answered and addressed, and we'll do it through the proper channels. But be mindful that we are going to be involved in what takes place on our border.
I will say this, Mr. Mayor, that would be a breath of fresh air,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Because I know the last time that I was deputy mayor, and Mr. Mancuso, that was several years ago. We had tried to have meetings with you guys, and we had met.
Yeah.
But we have been asking Morristown to be involved in this process several times, and I know you
Councilman
folks may
Sisson,
not have an
not to cut you off,
opportunity
but
to.
let's, if you want to talk frank, you proposed 300 and something units
Well-
on a spot on two-lane state road that clearly was over intensified of use.
And we've
You have
asked-
slopes,
That's
you
near
have.
your house.
And we've asked several times,
listen.
and we've asked several times to be
Listen,
involved.
the latest conversation we had, I'm not gonna get into a debate with you guys. Listen, it's public session, right?
Come on.
It's public session. I was not here for Colgate, okay?
There's a process.
Listen, there's a process, and this is the process I'm allowed to speak. It's a public
Both
process.
sides will willingly.
I have 5 minutes, and 5 minutes is not up yet. I will sit down at 5 minutes. We're just gonna be part of the process, okay, and how it impacts the town. And that's our right, and that's what we're gonna do. Because the latest proposal you guys came a year ago was 280 units. Too dense for that site. Maybe it's not too dense with 100 and something units. Maybe it's not. But we also have to look at the blight study. Was that done correctly? Does that meet the criteria? So there's a lot of open questions, and we'll look forward to the next meeting.
I know Ms. Gruhl has sent that blight study to your office, Mr. Mayor, so I know that you have it. So
Yeah, I'll
I mean,
talk-
we're very happy to work with you. That was my only point. You wanted to work with us, we are more than happy to sit down and work with you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Anyone